to them. Now, I will let you know, this is another day when I said, please, please give me some political stuff because, hey, it's surrounding us. And I like to look at it, I like to react, and I like for us to talk about it. So if you're new here, make sure that you have pressed the subscribe button so that you know when we drop more videos. And for the people who are new, welcome. Welcome to this page. We are going to get straight into it. Let's go.
Surprise, surprise, I am out here walking and talking 2 days in a row, and for all my regular people, I am pretty sure you knew what was on tap today before you even saw the title. Y'all, you already know we got to talk about what went down in that Oval Office yesterday. First and foremost, we are going to talk about the bully-like behavior being exhibited by the leaders of our executive branch.
Okay, I really want to be serious and I want to hear what he has to say. But can we talk about his two-tone beard and the mustache combo real quick? The light red on top and the silky brown on the bottom. I know I'm getting distracted. I easily get distracted. I promise I will stay on focus. But this is a beard of first, second, third place behavior. I'm just saying, let's get back to it.
Y'all, if there's one thing bartender don't like, it's a bully. What we saw right there, well, people, that was the actions of two folks that had never properly been taken behind the woodshed. Not because they can't be, but because they have been protected. I'm here to tell you right now, if you had sat those 3 men in a room without the Secret Service to keep 2 of them safe and a set of cameras to cover their asses, they wouldn't have had the balls to say none of that shit. I honestly don't know what was more embarrassing. The tangerine tyrant and his 12 sizes too big for his body tie leaned over trying to look threatening, or the cosplay country boy he calls his sidekick trying to talk tough for the first time in his life. Whew, goddamn, y'all. You just don't know. I am having to try so hard not to say anything stupid and get myself sent to the gulag. Here, I'm going to put it simply, and it's kind of the same way I did it on TikTok, but they have less censors over there. So I'm going to say all 3 at once and then give the descriptor. People, I don't normally use those folks' names because I believe that names have power. This is why I always call them something like Pumpkin Spice Palpatine. So understand the severity when I say that Donald J. Trump, J.D. Vance, Bowman, whatever his real name is, and Vladimir Putin are all, in fact, some baby back bitches. Uh-oh, he's back in his Icarus era. Anybody got any extra wax for his wings? Ever faithful Phantom Barfly, thank you for showing up on a Saturday. However, today I will be the only one speaking. Sit down, shut up. The made-up MAGA patron tried to come in, but unfortunately I was overwhelmed with the need to punch a knife. Now see, you know what I mean. Icarus era. Oh, and speaking of the World War II Germans, I got a fun fact for you folks. If you are still calling yourself MAGA after that despicable display, congratulations. You are now part of the motherfuckers that our grandfathers and great-grandfathers in World War II would have been stacking like firewood. Congratulations. You grew up to be the reason Grandpa is rolling over in his grave. You know what? I'm going to leave you with this before I get too excited. Remember when America stood against dictatorships? Remember when we kind of had 2 world wars and a whole ass Red Scare about it? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Half the voting portion of this country apparently does not. Congratulations, MAGA. You just made us the main fighting force of the Axis Powers Part 2. Keep the motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth. And remember that the golden rule will always remain yeehaw fuck the law. Have a wonderful weekend. I love y'all. I'll see you down the line.
Hey there, folks. Hope you're doing well today. The MAGA faithful, ever vigilant, ever watchful, as they pore over the newly released Epstein files, magnifying glasses in hand, searching for any speck of dirt on their political adversaries. One can't help but admire their dedication to justice. Yet, in this quest, they seem to overlook a rather glaring detail. Their own dear leader, Donald Trump, was once counted among Jeffrey Epstein's closest confidants. In a 2002 interview with New York Magazine, Trump remarked, "I've known Jeffrey for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Many of them on the younger side. Nothing like bonding over a mutual appreciation for the youth." Fast forward to 2024 when journalist Michael Wolff released recordings of Epstein, who claimed he was Donald's closest friends for 10 years. Epstein even provided colorful commentary on Trump's moral compass, apparently a lack thereof. It's a bit like having a lecture on ethics from a fox about hen house security. But let's not forget the most important part, the recently unveiled flight logs. These logs reveal that Trump and his family were passengers on Epstein's private jet, known as the Lolita Express, on multiple occasions in the early 90s. One can only imagine the in-flight entertainment. There's also rumors that this location was the first place Donald Trump closed the deal with Melania, if you know what I mean. So, as the MAGA detectives scrutinize these heavily redacted documents, perhaps they should take a moment to reflect on the irony of their endeavors. After all, when you're digging for skeletons, it's best to ensure your own closet door is securely shut. Stay vigilant, patriots. Stay vigilant.
I know we can turn the city around, and I believe I can help. And that is why I announced my candidacy today for mayor of New York City.
Former Governor Andrew Cuomo officially throws his hat into the ring, hoping to succeed Eric Adams as the city's next mayor. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm just
Real quick, Cuomo is back. He said, disregard what happened in that one assisted living home. Just don't even think about that. I want you to focus on the now and focus on how much you dislike Eric Adams so that you can get me, your guy Cuomo, back. He really is running for mayor. And I thought he was, the C word. I thought he was completely done. We see his brother has his show that's back on, on the streaming service. But I honestly thought that was the last we saw of Cuomo. But they do not go down without a fight. He said, listen, I might not have made it the first round going as the governor, but I'm coming back. You're not going to cancel me. Forget how it was handled during the time of, I'm back. I am back, and I am good. What do you think? Drop in the comments. Do you think that Mr. Cuomo has even a chance to take that position? Now, he just might, because there's a lot of disdain for Mr. Eric Adams right now. A lot of people are not happy with them. They feel like that he is siding with President Trump and that he is just doing whatever to get on his good side because he does not want people to look at his background and his record, and he does not want to have to go to court. So, is Eric Adams in jeopardy now of losing his seat to once former Mr. Cuomo, who was the governor, who got canceled, the big C word, and is now floating around like, where's my chance? What do you think? I cannot wait to see what goes on here. My husband did good today, you guys. He did good.
Jessica Moore. Cuomo's announcement immediately shakes up an already crowded field of candidates and signals the start of a major comeback attempt for the former governor. Cuomo, who served as governor of New York for nearly a dozen years, resigned in 2021 after being accused of sexual harassment. But he is expected to rack up some important endorsements for his mayoral bid during a public appearance tomorrow. Political reporter Marcia Kramer has the details.
Former Governor Andrew Cuomo entered the race to replace Eric Adams as mayor with an under-the-radar appearance at the Caridad restaurant in the Bronx and a formal address to New Yorkers in which he made it clear there will be no quid pro quo with Washington if New Yorkers pick him to live in Gracie Mansion.
My philosophy as an elected official is simple. I work for you, not the politicians and not the special interests.
He reminded voters of his long history of public service that started when he worked for his father, former Governor Mario Cuomo, and included serving as Attorney General.
I know what needs to be done, and I know how to do it. Experience matters. Leading New York City in the midst of a crisis is not the time or the place for on-the-job training.
And to head off his opponents, he also took ownership for past mistakes, though he didn't talk specifically about being forced to resign in a sexual harassment scandal.
Did I make mistakes? Some painfully? Definitely. And I believe I learned from them and that I am a better person for it. And I hope...
Listen, I must have blanked out because I totally spaced. That's why he had to resign. That's why he was forced to resign. I honestly thought it was because, remember, like the missing count of how many people were going missing from the assisted living homes during the bodies during COVID? Like, I remember that so much at the forefront that I completely forgot about this side of it. Maybe there was just so much going on there at that time that I've just put it all in the back of my mind and I don't remember until just now. And now he's coming back out. He's like, listen, I've made some mistakes. I have made poor choices. But what I can assure you is I'm not going to go back and forth and be in favor for the president and do what he wants in a quid pro quo type of way. So he is trying to distance himself from Eric Adams, also distance himself for any allegations that were put on him and saying, hey, I made mistakes. I'm a better person. You want somebody who knows New York and I'm the guy for you. You don't want somebody who has on-the-job training. I've been there. You just heard my record. I was a governor for a dozen years. If it wasn't for that allegation, I would still be, in the public eye. Okay, Mr. Cuomo, he's coming back with the belt is what he's trying to do. I'm trying not to make this that funny, but I just cannot believe all of this is happening. Do you ever just feel like every single day there's something new here? I'm trying to stay as logical as I can with this, but the Cuomos are back in the house. Let's keep going.
To show you that every day.
We saw the beginning of an apology tour, asking for forgiveness where necessary, showing some humility that is going to go a long way in a primary.
Will it work?
Well, it may work, Marcia. Remember, if the goal for anyone trying to beat Cuomo is to coalesce and join to beat X, remember what President Nixon said. Whenever you see a campaign against X, bet on X.
But that didn't stop Cuomo's opponents from going on the attack.
He has continuously sold us out to big real estate, making the city less affordable and harder to live in for working families and especially for people of color.
Controller Brad Lander put out a video.
Is not the answer to Eric Adams. We can't trade one corrupt chaos agent for another. The answer is Brad Lander.
It's clearly going to be an intense and spirited campaign. Cuomo is expected to make a public appearance tomorrow and rack up some important endorsements. I'm Marcia Kramer, CBS News, New York.
And for the latest on the mayoral race, including a timeline of Cuomo's political career, head to cbsnewyork.com.
Listen, I'm about to go look at all of that. I'm about to binge watch all about Cuomo. This man said, I am coming back in it. I'm in for this. I want to see. This is just the drama. This is a new page of drama that I need in a very dramatic filled presidency right now. Everything in the world. It's like, you know what? Bring the spice in here. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Alex, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about night and day here. I mean, before we even heard from the two leaders, we saw what certainly looked like a very warm embrace. You could see a completely different tone where Prime Minister Starmer leaving 10 Downing Street, walking towards Zelensky to welcome him. The two embraced. They shook hands, had smiles. And then before entering Downing Street, they sort of stood there, had a little banter, smiling, shaking hands before going inside. That's then, of course, when we got that real tone and tenor of the meeting that they're having as we speak. Prime Minister Starmer saying you are very, very welcome here in Downing Street. He went on to say that there's absolute determination to stand in unwavering determination to achieve what we both want to achieve, which is lasting peace. And then I want to play for you just a little bit of what happened just moments ago.
You're very, very welcome here in Downing Street. As you heard from the cheers on the street outside, you have full backing across the United Kingdom. And we stand with you, with Ukraine, for as long as it may.
I want to thank you, people of the United Kingdom, such big support from the very beginning of this war. Thank you, your team.
So President Zelensky thanking the people of the United Kingdom, also thanking King Charles, rather. We understand that they will be meeting tomorrow. Look, high stakes right now for Europe. We know that British Prime Minister Starmer sees himself as sort of the bridge between President Trump and President Zelensky. He made a phone call to both leaders after that fiery Oval Office encounter.
President Zelensky said, I will start every conversation moving forward with thank you, because I just do not want the drama that follows it. He is going to say thank you every 3 seconds. The first thing he said is thank you and thank you, thank you, thank you. Because what happened that we saw happen with President Trump was a bit of a dramatic scene, a bit of a chaotic scene, if you will, a bit of a they were, it was a contest of who was braver in that in that time, who could say more in that time, or who could say the least, or who can hush the other person, or whose little cronies could jump into the group, which Zelensky didn't have any cronies in that. But that is a subject for a different day. But I just feel like he's going to be saying thank you everywhere he goes from now on. He's like, you people want to hear thank you? I will lead with thank you. I will finish with thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yesterday. But we also know that Europe sees this as a very pivotal time, a very key moment in history. They clearly understand that the world that we've been living in for the past 80 years, post World War II, has completely changed. This is uncharted territory that many European leaders are seeing here. The moment where Europe needs to take the reins, to be the leader, step up and be the leader of the free world. And so that then brings us to this meeting that's expected to happen tomorrow. This is something that we heard Prime Minister Starmer speaking about when he visited Donald Trump.
Let's look at this. So, reaffirming support for Ukraine. We have UK, France, Germany, Ireland, Canada, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Netherlands, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Czech Republic, Slovenia, Moldova, Luxembourg. I believe I said that right. Croatia, Romania, Austria, Belgium, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Australia, New Zealand. All of them are rallying, saying, hey, we are going to continue to support you, or we are supporting you. Just know that we are reaffirming and telling you that we are going to have that support. I think as a result of his clash with President Trump, other people are standing up, because I feel like he probably felt, I don't know if I'm going to get the same support. He definitely isn't going to get the support that he had with the Biden administration from Trump. Trump is very much laying out, this is what I want, this is what I expect, and hey, you take it or leave it. So they are going to be showing support. That's what's happening here.
Trump in the Oval Office on Thursday, saying that he will be hosting world leaders from around Europe. 18 countries will be represented in this meeting tomorrow. So everyone from France to Germany to Norway, Switzerland, Canada. We know the Secretary General of NATO will be there, officials from Turkey. And the point of this meeting is to try and discuss how they are going to come together to try and defend Ukraine in the event that Russia were to try to invade again after a supposed peace deal that they hope will be signed. But the big question here is that possible? Could they do that without the support of the United States?
Okay. All right. Is that it? Did we come to the end? Oh my goodness. We made it through. How long have we even been doing this? Let me take a look. That was 17 minutes. Does that feel like 17 minutes to you? Because I feel like that was a quick scroll and no doom scrolling. You and I, we made it through. We did the entire 17 minutes.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is reacting after hundreds of weather forecasters with the National Weather Service were fired this week. Federal workers who were not let go say the layoffs include meteorologists who do crucial law forecasts in offices across the country. The firings come amid efforts by billionaire Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency
to shrink
the National Weather Service were fired this week. Federal workers.
Hold on, just give me 1 second. I gotta find the button. The button doesn't even want to go. Here we go.
Kentucky Governor Andy.
We're pausing. We are going to shrink her out. Let's just get to the solo. Let's just get to you and I real quick. That last 5 seconds, do not blame my husband for that. That was technical error. That was the algorithm just wanted to go the way the algorithm wanted to go. And this is live right now between you and I. So things are going to happen. Back to what we just watched through that quick 17 minutes of footage. There's a lot going out in the political sphere right now. We all know that there's tensions high between what happened that we saw with Zelensky and President Trump. That's what the first clip was about. That's what he was talking about. We also know that now we know that Mr. Cuomo has thrown his hat back in the ring, which I am going to be keeping my eyes on that. I want to know what's going on. I absolutely want to know what's going on. I'm not going to take my eye away from it. Do you think that he has a chance? And if you do or you don't, either way, leave your thoughts in the comments, okay? I appreciate you guys for tuning in for this. I am not going to stop. We drop content daily here on your friendly neighborhood AI wife. So make sure that you have hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell so that you can see when our latest videos come out. Thank you to all of the people who have supported us lately and everybody who is watching these videos. You know, I appreciate you. So until next time, which is going to be very soon. So ring that bell. I'll see you then. Peace out.